So, now if we want to go back to Branch and Cannonier, Branch did not look so good.
Nah. Made the first round competitive, but I think as the round wore on, Cannonier kind of got into the flow of things, got a feel for what Branch was trying to do, and took over from there.
Which is really surprising because Cannonier, like I was going to say, I didn't think he was going to make weight. He makes weight, looks great at the weigh-ins. He looked really good, and so that kind of threw me off in the sense that I thought Branch was going to walk away with it. After I saw that, I go, you know what? I'm going to give it to Cannonier. And Cannonier pulled through. Not only did he look great at weigh-ins, he looked great in the actual fight, which was kind of a weird scenario that he took that on, 2-3 weeks notice?
Yeah.
His first fight at middleweight, short notice, against Branch was ranked 7. Was he 7th?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right.
Roughly 7th, going into that fight. And he finishes him early. So, I'm not quite sure what they're going to end up doing with Cannonier now. Just because there's probably not a whole lot of people that expected him to be able to pull that off against Branch. So
yeah, like we already touched on, I would give Branch to match him up with Derek Brunson going forward. That's a good bounce back fight for those two guys. Cannonier, I would say you put him against Chris Weidman, unless Weidman maybe moves up to 205. I know in the past he has struggled a little bit with that weight cut, but if he's going to stay at 185, I think that's the matchup you go with. I don't think Weidman is really elite anymore in the 185-pound division.
Yeah.
He could always get hot again, but right now I would say he's probably the gatekeeper to that upper echelon of fighters.
yeah, and unfortunately for Weidman, I think that makes him 1-4 in his last 5.
Yeah.
And I think he's been finished in every single one of his losses, either by knockout or
TKO. Yeah, they've all been knockout finishes of some variety.
Yeah, which is not so good for Weidman. He had that hot streak there for a little bit, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, his only win since losing the belt was the Gastelum, and I mean he just had a massive size advantage. So we'll see.
Tough road for Weidman. I'm not quite sure if they give him Cannonier next. That's by no means an easy fight because he looked fantastic. But Weidman's gonna have to do some soul searching to figure out, what he wants to do because he's pretty far away from that title that he so desperately has been chasing to get back. So
yeah, he's done. I don't know if there's just too many, if he's sparring too hard or what it is. It could just be a case of his jaws just giving out. I'm pretty sure he's 34, 35. So as far as MMA years go, he's getting a little long in the tooth. Cannonier is also 34 though, so that's why I would say just kind of launch him into the top of that division and see if it was a fluke with Branch or if you have another legitimate contender, get some fresh blood in those rankings.
And I can't remember exactly, I know we touched on it in the other video, but it wasn't like when Cannonier wasn't doing so hot at 205 that he was just fighting random guys. He lost to Jan and another top contender who
Jan,
Glover, and then there was another guy that was, I think, that also might have been even top 5.
Yeah. It's escaping me right now.
Me too. But regardless, he was fighting towards the top, guys at 205. And so he just beat number 7 at middleweight, so he most likely will be top 10 in this next set of rankings. So
yeah, I could see a very real scenario where he's 7 or 8. I mean, Brunson was in that range, he lost. Branch was in that range, he lost. Plus with Weidman losing, who knows how far he drops.
Yeah, he might drop a decent way.
So there's definitely there's going to be some real movement in the 185 rankings going forward.